Hello, monsters about here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Vortex Campaign on part 16. It's my Luther Harkon Patreon playthrough. Thank you to Patreon supporters. Aren't the Patreon supporters the best people? They just are. God, I hate Lothern Seaguard. Lothern Seaguard and Magical Turkeys are the worsts. We're taking a little bit of return fire, which is doing quite a number on my hand cannons, which I dislike, but good old maximum overkill. The old Queen Bess.
Their magic is weak.
Well, magic may be weak, but yeah, that's pretty devastating. Good. They're charging across the open ground here, so we've got a unit of deckhand mob, just basically to slow them down. Keep them at arm's length so we can fill them full of bullets and mortar shells and, you know, all that kind of... Oh no, canopic jars! Don't break... Jacqueline, don't break the canopic jars. Do you know how many it takes for some basic magic items? It's a pain. It's very hard to have order when you've got a mortar shell in your face, isn't it? Magical Turkey has attacked and is in the middle of my... Thankfully we've got a Rotting Leviathan here to smash it into smithereens. Yep, he's cooked. Down he goes. We managed to kill both of them without them coming back to life, which is a friggin' miracle. God, I hate those things so much. Cavalry charging across the open field, backed up by white lions. Yeah, Lilith never had to deal with a giant undead crab though, did she? Well, maybe she did. I don't know. I don't know much about Lilith, to be honest. Some tentacles dealing with those Lothern Seaguard, which is fine. And the last little knots of high elves being dealt with, mauled to death by giant crabs, which seems only fitting, probably.
It was never in doubt.
No, it really wasn't, to be fair.
You are making a mistake.
Are we, though?
I cannot walk forever.
We're number one. We're number one. USA. Well, wait. And... Right, okay, so we should have another chappie spawning. And we've got the Barb Launcher.
I am the Pirate King.
Yes. So we're going to build that one. And we also then need to do... Now, the poll... Last time we had a poll, and the poll was very much balls to the wall. We're taking out Lizard Jesus. Fortunately, he has a lot of skinks. So that... I mean, the thing is, skinks, that they really do... I mean, they do soak up bullets with their little bodies, don't they? Nothing's ever easy, is it? Now, Charlie, should you be in an army? Should you be in this army? Was I planning on doing that and then forgot to do it? That does sound something like what I'd do. Okay, we'll get you in that army. We also need to... Oh, maybe in Gravy Jones's army. Pass? I'm not 100% sure. Maybe we... Maybe. Should we get a Vampire Fleet Captain? Well, we did have the Stitchettes in your army, didn't we? And they all died. Shame. What kind of vampire are you? So you're a dark vampire, which of course is awful. So if we maybe go with... I mean, weapons... I mean, well, you know, weapon strength. Jesse Vole. Because of course we've got the depth guards. So that'll give them another, what, 5 weapon strength? It's alright, isn't it? They've also got 69 melee defense, the sexiest amount of melee defense. They deflect blades with their sheer sexual prowess. A bit like me. Okay, let's continue spreading vampiric corruption to make the place look whatever this is. A bit... I mean, it feels like a weird juxtaposition with the palm trees there, but that's, I guess, fine. We'll upgrade you. I don't need to worry about this anymore, because we're number 1, which is, you know, with a bullet. So we need the third sea shanty, and then we need the big old harpoon launcher. Doobry, what's it? We get that? Bosh. Okay, we have Baron von Hasty. A once famous vintner from Bretonia, Hasty was aboard his trade ship. And I used to have a math teacher called Hasty, so this always weirds me out. Route to deliver goods to the New World. Near to reaching their destination, the ship was beset by an unmanned vessel commanded by the legendary pirate Ruzov von Drack. Which is, of course, the name of Isabella's daddy. Yeah, she used to be a Von Drack. As the unliving stormed Hasty's ship, sparing not one of the crew, he made his last stand at the helm. Surrounded and with sword to his throat, his enemy made an offer. Join him as a vampire in undeath and serve as his first mate. Hasty, without much choice, all things considered, accepted Drack's offer and so came to serve the vampire for many years aboard his ship, learning not only the ways of piracy but also those of dark magic. Hasty always harboured his own grand plans for greatness, however. One night, as he stood with Von Drack at the helm, Hasty drew his blade and lopped off his master's head. He stood there as the skeleton crew crumbled to piles of bones before raising the lifeless husk once more to serve him. Now as the captain of the ship and with a crew of undead, he began a reign of terror all of his own. There we go. The system works. That's social mobility for you. Well, I mean, he was a captain already, so I guess it didn't really social mobility him any, but that's fine. Let's go flagship stance. And do we not have the growth? Oh, we don't have the money. We don't have the money. Do you have... You don't have lightning strike. Okay, let's get Gravy Jones down here.
Siren of the storms.
And we're gonna group you up, and then we're gonna go for it. Where did you? There you are. Okay, you come over here. We'll get one of you in there. Oh, I recruited another person to go in there, didn't I? Oh well, you're on your way. That's the important thing. Little vole. Little vole. Okay, spiteful shot. Denizens of the Deep is a yes. Fog of the Damned, pretty legit. Evasion is fine. All that kind of good stuff. Perfect. Let us do Vanguard deployment for... I'm going to do this. I'm a little bit concerned about my cash reserves. I could get rid of this army. How much are these? So these aren't that expensive. I mean, this army's... I mean, you're quite expensive. I'm going to get rid of you. That gives us a little bit more cash, doesn't it? There we go. That's a little bit better. I'm just... Because we're probably going to lose some of these settlements because I can't be bothered to defend them. So, you know, that's the whole thing. And we need the money for the dart launcher.
Speaker! I may not hear you over the voices.
Tretch. Military alliance. Again, I feel like you've only got a couple of settlements, so I'm going to say no.
What pact do you offer?
Hello, Count Noctilus. What's going on? Military access. Alright. I don't need that, but I don't not need it.
Avast and draw your blades. Avast and draw your blades.
That might put us into a deficit, which is not the end of the world.
Ahoy.
Yep, we're in deficit. Okay, as I say, not... Oh, Frederica's back. Oh yes, that's right. I remember Frederica was in this army, wasn't she? Okay, come down here. Gravy Jones is going to scamper on in this direction. We'll put...
The sea knows my fate.
Good. I'm going to put you in there for the moment.
Quartermaster.
Yes.
And you can if you come down here, Celestra. Got a much bigger crab, haven't you?
Final
I think Gravy Jones has crab envy.
reporting.
Wouldn't put it past him.
Just so.
We don't need you then, do we? I can just fire you, and then we're not losing money anymore. Hooray! That works.
Navigating.
All right, sailing over there. What else we got? Frederica has a skill point. Oh, that's hard to hit. Might help you considering what happened last time. And Cap Marken. I'd love some more money. I just like, where is there a good place to get us? Oh, that's quite nice over there.
Astride the way.
If we could put one at Toralia, then I reckon, you know, that's not bad. Pretty legit. How much money are we making off our Pirate Cove? 5k. That's if anything happens to any of our Pirate Coves, we could be in trouble. Stitch, on the other hand, is going to be, yep, Carnophage. All that one. He's looking pretty nasty. I'm going to knock that down because I don't think there's any point. What have we got in Numus? Yeah, I'm knocking that down as well because, again, that doesn't really... We're not going to be able to keep that. Alhype we might be able to hold on to, potentially, if we get defences there, but I'm not super concerned about it. We're getting imminent rebellion anyway, so I'm just going to let it happen.
Wealth for my coffers, or souls for my crew.
Yep, one of the two. You want a defensive alliance? You want some? I'm not going to give you money for a defensive alliance, you goon. You big old chinny chin chin. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm not going to give you money for a Why would I do that? Hello? Oh, Baron von Hasty found me. I was looking for him and he just turned up. Oh, that's useful.
Bad hovels and kill.
I thought I was going to go looking for him, but he's just turned up. That's nice. I had to go looking for the others. Look at this guy. Straight to the chase. A man of business. That's what I like to see. Now, his army is very melee oriented. In fact, it's entirely melee orientated, which means we're going to have trouble keeping these guys off our back. Well, apart from the Necrofex, that does have a cannon. Keep these guys off our back for long enough to do... I mean, they've already dropped a purple sun on the Zumble. I summoned these guys in to keep these guys busy, and it just didn't work. A little fireball there, taking out some Hex Wraiths, though. So we've got a flanking force on the right of a Terrorgeist, some Hex Wraiths and Vargheists. On the left flank, we've got Vargheists and Hex Wraiths. Basically, it's not ideal. We're going to have to send Luther over here to help out with this lot. He does have magical attacks. Does he? No, he doesn't have magical. He doesn't have magical attacks. God damn it! I thought he did. He doesn't. Okay, never mind. So he doesn't have magic. That's fine. He'll deal with them. The left flank, the Hex Wraiths are being tanked by the Rotting Leviathan. Now, the only problem with the Rotting Leviathan is it's very easy to go around them because, of course, he's just one big crab, and the Hex Wraiths have darted off. Now taking a lot of fire because apparently hand cannon's very effective against the ethereal dead. That was it. That Phasma, the game where you go investigating ghosts. One of the things you don't have in that is a handgun, and it turns out that would be quite legitimately useful. You know, you say the name of a ghost, you unload a bunch of lead into its face, and problem solved. But no, you go around with a torch and a voice recorder. Frankly, you know, give me a bazooka. I'll clean out any house of ghosts with a bazooka, preferably from, you know, quite far away. Anyway, we've got some Cairn Wraiths being tanked by our Rotting Leviathans. And I don't know if you can hear it, but the screams of the children playing outside really add to the battle. I feel like that works. Got some Grave Guards charging up the hill. It's quite warm, so I've got to have the window open, otherwise I will like overheat, because this room isn't very big, and I've got a very big computer pumping out a lot of heat, plus the sun, which, you know, realistically I don't need the sun, but turns out if you try recording at night, people People like your wife frown upon it. Who knew? Last few of Baron von Hasty's forces being dealt with, just Baron von Hasty himself, which we have Luther just smashing, and we're going to send in all our crabs, you know, for a big old crab party. Mmm, delicious gone off seafood. Don't eat gone off seafood. It's not ideal. That was actually a bit more stressful than it looked, because I was desperately trying to fend off melee units from attacking, because if they got into my missile units, I would have been in trouble. But success! Oh, I don't really want one. I'll have a Mongol Haunter, thanks. So we've defeated von Hasty. We've got the Lost Sea Shanty, third verse. One step closer. And now we just need to get our big old harpoon launcher doobry what's it. Now, that's going to cost me money. Oh no, don't, no, guys, no, be cool. Be cool. Oh, that's making me so much, no, fuck off. Go on, leave it alone, guys, come on.
I'm getting twitchy.
Yeah, tell me about it, holy shit. Okay, we need, that's quite a lot of money, but we can get even more money from killing a bunch of dirty lizards, including Lizard Moses. Who do you want to lead the attack? I don't think it really matters. You get in there first.
And now, witness perfection.
And then we'll bring in Gravy Jones. Frederica can't. Frederica can't reach us, but that's okay. That's fine. Together. That's not together though, is it? Come on, guys. Come on. Look, I know it's a Lostra, but get cozy in. Cozy in. There we go. There we go. Right. Perfect. That's a lot of lizards to kill. That's fine. I feel like if you hated Stitch, you'd just like for his birthday present, just buy him a pair of trousers. You know, really passive aggressive shit. And then when he's like holding them up and looking at you, you can just go, "Oh, you know what? I didn't even think." That's my feeling on it. Anyway, so we've got depth guards. Our depth guard with pole arms, quite tanky. But melee defense is 75. That's pretty good. See, he's throwing some birds at us. Big jerk. There he is. Ostentatious much? Your glowing golden throne? Yeah, blessed are the meek, aren't they, eh? Bloody jerk. Right, we've got lots of skinks, temple guard, all that kind of nasty stuff. In the forest over here... Oh, God. Bloody overshot that, didn't I? Jesus, this battlefield's huge! Didn't even see that. Anyway, right, in the forest, we've got a slight issue, because my sirens, I was like, they'll hold the flank just fine. Didn't think they would throw the Sacred Croxagore at me. These, of course, guys have magical attacks, and these sirens have no... Ooh, ow, ooh, that's gonna sting. We need to send Celostra over. Unfortunately, Celostra's busy with all these bloody Ripidactyls. That's a pain. We're sending Richard to charge directly into the... This is pandemonium. I'm going to have to send the depth guards in, because my guns, they're not ready yet. They're not in position. And I'll tell you, he's going to ion cannon us. Fortunately, it mostly misses. The depth guard should do pretty well against the temple guards, because, you know, we're just better units. And Teehee has stupidly decided to just ram one of our units of depth guard and ended up behind his line, or behind our lines, which means that he then got shot to... Yep, he died. Well, goodbye, Teehee. It didn't take very long, because everyone saw him and was like, oh, I guess we'll shoot him. work quite well. Solostra's trying to help out in the forest. This unit of Sirens not doing very well against the Saber. I mean, they're doing better than I thought they would, to be honest. And over here we've got a unit which is surrounded by Temple Guard and Skinks, but still holding a line for the moment. Got our damned questing knights holding against the Temple Guards, allowing our units to shoot up that Dread Saurian. He has so much health, and down he goes. Richard was hoping to be eaten, but sadly wasn't. It's a big old fight, and it's absolutely like it's just explosions and gunshots and lizards everywhere. It's brilliant. I fucking love it. This is when Total Warhammer comes into its own, isn't it? So we've got some hand cannons on the right flank, just coming around the flank there. You get some shots. The hand cannons here going to try and finish off this skink cohort because they're being a pain. Line them up, boys. Going to? We just chilling. Just chilling? Nope, there we go, finally. Good stuff. Right, and then on the flank we finally oof. Yeah, hand cannon on the flank is not ideal. Those Saurus are getting absolutely minced. Most of the lizards have actually been dealt with. I mean, a lot of the questing knights died of their own accords because, of course, they just get summoned in. Solostra's doing fine, just tanking everyone, but then she does have like 150 armor and stupid amounts of physical resistance. 20, I guess. That's not stupid. It's generally fine. I thought she had like 70% or something. Which, on top of 150 armor, is makes her very tanky. To be fair. The Sirens doing very... I mean, I'm surprised the Sirens are doing as well as they are, but I mean, their attacks aren't bad. They reduce the attack of enemy units. These Saurus have actually got very little melee attack. Due to being screamed at. And they're off. The enemy army retreating, some more damn questing knights being summoned in just to try and run down as many as possible because, of course, we need the money. Need the money. Need to grab all these Saurus and shake them up and down until all the gold drops out. Well, we lost a few units there, but nowhere near as many as they did. Gonna have to take the replenishment if I'm going to want to finish off this sacking. Fortunately, Solostra's course got a ship. Standard discipline makes you unbreakable, which is actually pretty good for the undead, because obviously it means you don't crumble. Is that it? That's barely worth the effort. Honestly. Okay. What are we doing here? I reckon replenishment, because I'm probably going to need it. Can't get another Siren. Really? Oh, that is disappointing. That's a shame. That is a shame. What would we'd need to get this one? That costs 2k. We can't really afford that. So Solostra's going to have to make do with something else, like I can't even recruit. I'm going to have to. It's against my. It's against everything I stand for, but I'm going to have to do that.
Get it done.
I could go and occupy it just for funsies.
Serve for eternity.
I'm not going to repair it. This costs more money. You didn't lose anything, so good fucking job there. Oh, of course we can. Ray's dead, can't we? Yes, of course we can. So I lost one of you. And a gunner, didn't I? So there we go. Don't need that. Bosh. Sorted. Easy peasy. Let's get Invocation of Nahek, because That's pretty. Got 2 skill points in that case. Have some. Oh no, have a rotting Promethean. Have it on me, and then Richard, poor long-suffering Richard, is going to get Woundmaker. Despite the fact I usually just send him to tank shit. That's what he does.
Admiral of the fleet.
That's his life. I think I can probably get rid of this army, which is going to give me more income, which is kind of what I need at this point in time.
Fleet captain reporting.
You are going to come to Tor Alliance. I'm really concerned they're going to sack Lothern, and that's going to reduce my income. You're fired. Imminent rebellion at Numus. That's fine. We're under siege anyway, so yeah. So Numus just comes back, and now they're going to be annoying to Khemri, which is a minor inconvenience for me, or a minor inconvenience for them. Pirate Haven. Income from Smuggler's Coves. I think that's probably better, so I'll do that one. I think. Not 100% sure, but I think it's worth more than 3k. Right, you've confederated, which is fine.
Send them down. Time for battle. Time to feed. Exchange them for plunder.
This is all about the money. Oh, Black Buckthorn's treasure map. Campaign movement range 20%. Holy shit, that's amazing. You've already got so much. Can I, like, what is this? It's okay. So, I mean, the slang gold is pretty bad.
Madam
Okay, you don't have a garrison. How much can we sack that for? 619. Ugh. So, right, 300. Right, that's better. We're heading in this direction. Heading in this direction because I can sack this for more. That's my thinking. Richard, you're going to get hard to hit, because the harder you are to hit, the more tanky you are. And as you're a small target, it means that we can just like open fire on everything around you, and you won't get hit that much. I'll say won't get hit that much. I mean, you'll still probably get hit, but just not that much. Which is fine. Right, Itza, we're doing that. It's going to give us some cash. Luther, we've got lots of... What the fuck are these? Warband of the Crow. Warband of the Hound. So obviously someone's doing it. Oh, let's see. No, there's lots of... Fucking all the rituals are off at the moment. So we've got Dark Elf, Skaven, and... I mean, it's all surplus to my interests. What did we want to do? We wanted to do a little building and get the harpoon launcher.
Fleet captain reporting.
The launcher has been constructed, and Stromfeld's lost shanties have been sung. The verses combining into a potent charm, imbuing the harpoon with great power. The final verse revealing a cavern in the deeps where Amana lurks.
So we go, we have found Amana. We've also got Straining at the Leash. Well, Battle of the Eternal Tides is just down there.
You say something. Back to your ranks.
Can we just teleport to that? We can teleport. Perfect. Well, first things first. Oh.
My infinite knowledge is yours.
Is it though?
Your words are nothing to me.
Is it though? Is it though? Oh, lovely. Okay, I'm just going to burn down Itza just for chits and giggles.
Witness my greatness!
No prey, no pay.
Are you really in my way? Okay, well, you're dead first.
Retreat. Have the booty. Get going.
Not even sure what that was, to be honest. You just got... it was rebellion, obviously, but still. Right.
Stage left.
Bosh. Sack it. You're a Storm Banner. It's not the worst thing to have, actually. Let's do some of that. So we got some cat. Not that we need the money really, but did I want to get? Did I want to now? So I could get.
Drowned corpses.
I could get. I think I'm going to get rid of you.
My madness is not
And I'm going to get. I think I'm going to get rid of these.
King of the vampire.
And I'm going to get these because I think fending off multiple attacks from multiple directions is going to be more useful to me than the mortars, I think.
All bones on deck.
I like the fact you fight this one underwater. Now, the only slight issue with this is that Amanar... Jesus Christ, yeah, look at that. That's a lot of... See, the doggo's the main problem, I think, because the doggos are very, very fast, and if they can get in amongst my zombies, they will just nom the shit out of them, which is the main issue. So we need to hold them off, but that's fine.
Start the onslaught.
Now, the only slight issue with this is that Amanar pops in every so often, but in the replay, you don't get to see it, because for some reason he just doesn't show up. I don't know if they've fixed it, I guess we'll find out.
Bad hovels and kill.
The chart is plotted, and the sails billow as the ship follows the course revealed by the map. The order is given. Drop anchor. Your crew descends into the depths in search of the beast. Amanar is close. The ancient mealworm roars. In defiance or anguish, the predator is not used to the role of prey. From the shadows comes another, to claim the prize of slaying Lothan's guardian beast. Wolfheart's bane will become Fellheart's glory. But you are in his way.
Your hunt is over. The mealworm is not yours to slay. It is a creature of Mathlan, Lord of the Deeps, and only I am charged to cull in his name. It has been amusing watching your sea-racked corpses stumble and dodder as you tracked the prey, but Amanar is Lothan's guardian, a creature aligned to the Asur. Who are you to interfere in such an ancient rivalry? The prize is mine, and mine alone. The beast is summoned. Your use is at an end. Prepare to face the Kraken Lord!
This battle is one of attrition, because you have to face quite a lot of stuff. However, not all at the same time, which is good. And of course, you've got this great map. It's like an underwater one. Look, is it underwater? Isn't that good? Isn't that good? There's a lot of water dropping down, but I guess that's probably fine. And the idea being is that you basically just have to keep the units that would potentially cause you trouble at bay. Things like fast-moving and shades, they could be quite nasty. This enemy general just charging straight towards me. Taking a little bit of fight. We need to get a crab over there to deal with him. However, the main line, the Dark Elves, is having a terrible old time.
Only a fool would stay.
These shades need to die, because it's taking a lot of fire from them. Good old Queen Bess doing its stuff. And this War Hydra being incinerated by the Gallows Giant, which is like a fire necrofect. It's a necrofect with a flamethrower, basically. Doesn't have the range. Doesn't have a flamethrower, though. Okay, we've got Shades on the right flank. They're a bit of a problem. Need to deal with them. The enemy general looks like he's after Luther. Took a bit of damage there. The flamethrower actually does quite a lot of damage if it hits in the right. The problem is if it doesn't hit in the right way, it does nothing basically. This enemy general is starting to get it's starting to get on my nerves. So we're going to have to deal with him. Let's bring Luther down. Let's bring the Gallows Giant over. Yep, roasting, frying tonight. Now we're getting another wave. Having to back away from those shades because they're quite nasty. I'm going to have to chase them off because if they sit at range just to start, that's going to do a lot of damage. We need to put a stop to that immediately. The Dark Elves are starting to break and run away, but we have another wave of enemy forces, and this time it's vampirates. Vampirates. These are mostly going to be low quality, so lots of zombies. More worryingly, scurvy dogs as well. The scurvy dogs are going to be the main issue. And you might go, what really? But they're just Wolfie units. They are just Wolfie units. That's true. The main issue with these guys is that they will just run in and try and eat your missile units. And the missile units are what's going to keep things at arm's reach for me. And they're going to do the killing. And so if we get scurvy dogs, if my missile units get scurvy dogs all up in them, then it's not going to work. Right, we need to chase off these shades, basically. Just need to make them routes. So I've got to send one of my crabs to go and deal with that. Of course, with so much big blocks of infantry, the Queen Bess is going to be racking up the kills. And they do come in waves. They're not all coming at the same time. We will have a lot of them, though. I think there's about, like, 5,000 in total from this wave. So they just will keep coming. Those shades finally broken. They're terrified, but I'm going to keep chasing them to make sure they don't come back. Now, one of the nice things is they do send these bloated corpses in with these waves, and they can actually work to your favour, because if you have things like, you know, your rotting leviathans, then if your rotting leviathans are surrounded by enemy units, a bloated corpse comes in, explodes, you know, jobs are good. Okay, here's the problem. I haven't been watching the scurvy dogs. Scurvy dogs are unfortunately going for my rotting Prometheans, but one unit of them may decide to go for the hand cannons. Hand cannons are dealing with yet more scurvy dogs. Okay, so far so good. The scurvy dogs are engaging the rotting Prometheans, which is good. Luther's flapping around. More scurvy dogs attacking the front. Getting picked off very quickly. Goes Giant. Nope, sorry. Right in Leviathan coming in to tank him. The right flank's looking a little bit busy with depth guards and... oh, just a lot of depth guards. Including some black guards, apparently, deciding to join the party. Hand cannons racking them with fire, though. And we do have Leviathans on standby to keep them at arm's length. Reinforcements do arrive throughout the battle. We've got the depth guard. We also have 3 uses of battlefield resupply, which replenishes our ammunition, restores hit points, and gives speed and vigour to everyone on the battlefield. I mean, all of my units, not the enemy units. See, it's not, you know, it's got 77 kills. That's not bad. Got Luther tanking a whole bunch of units on the left there. And then a bloated corpse charging in. Does very little damage to my rotting Leviathan. Good stuff there. Another wave of enemies incoming as well. We're keeping the scurvy dogs off our back, which is the main thing. Luther's doing absolutely fine, actually. I mean, he is regenerating very quickly. So he's all fine. He is surrounded, but to be honest, it's not really a problem for him because these units are... would be helpful if you didn't bathe him with fire. Eh? Honest to... right, can we not... right, yeah, okay, good. Let's throw some tentacles in here just to help out. Tentacles, lag, and tentacles galore. Okay, another wave. Incoming. We've got some deckhand mob. More deckhand, another bloated corpse. They're just giving you time to sort of like get yourself back in order. before the next wave arrives. And they will eventually... Here we come. Right, we got some nasty units. Necrofex Colossuses and a Rotting Leviathan, as well as some Mongols now approaching. These guys, of course, will do some damage to us as they're on their approach. We should generally be fine. Of course, I've got Jacqueline Sparrow here who can heal up my units as well, should I need to. And more reinforcements are sort of dripping into the battlefield. Now, Aminar does make himself known every so often. You see a shadow kind of go over the battlefield. But in the replays, and I don't know why, for some reason he just doesn't show up. I don't know whether it's something like specific to the quest battle and the replay it doesn't... Not sure. So the Mongols being dealt with by the Rotting Leviathan. Keeping those scurvy dogs off our back. More reinforcements coming in. We've got some deck droppers. Depth guards, all that kind of shenanigans. Luther's taking a bit of damage here. He's a little bit surrounded. But everyone's being kept at arm's reach. That Necrofex Colossus making... This is fine, because the Necrofex Colossus, as he advances, will come in range of my handguns. And as soon as that happens, he has a very bad time. You can see being whittled down very, very quickly. He's pooping out some deckhand mob, but it's no good. Down he goes. Battlefield is littered with the bodies of the dead. We do have a bloated corpse trying to flank around. That's fine. Some depth guard advancing. We've got some pirate hand mob and more scurvy dogs. Bloated corpse, depth guard with pole arms just sort of like filtering onto the battlefield, but this is fine. We can deal with this. Our reinforcements, we're getting things like rotting Prometheans, we're getting depth guards. You don't get a lot, but it just keeps you pepped up. This is the second time I fought this battle, and I'd kind of forgotten to get the reinforcements. This bloated corpse, he's like, no, I'm just going to go around. I'm just going to go around the outside, Deck droppers trying to approach the cannon. That was a bad idea. More scurvy dogs trying to sneak through. Making sure they can't. The scurvy dogs really are my primary concern. Look at this jerk. Look at him. He's trying to get around us. Cheeky bugger. That's it. Explode on them. He won't do any damage. Perfect. Just thinking about... I mean, the Rotting Leviathans have tanked so much stuff. They are really, really good at that. Looks like there's not much they're going to throw at us. Don't have much left. He says there's more things come over the brow of the hill, but I think we're generally fine. I think we've kept them. No, here comes another wave. I was wrong. More depth guards, bloated corpses, all that kind of stuff. Of course, we have a final Dark Elf wave as well, as Lockyer himself joins the battle. You can see the fishies on the other side. Oh. Can't go through. Oh, God. You're breaking the third wall. Fourth wall. Breaking walls. Breaking the glass barrier. Glass ceiling. Okay, more scurvy dogs. Gets more scurvy dogs. Thankfully being blocked by our Leviathan. Dying very, very quickly. You just have to be careful of any units trying to flank around. That's the main issue. Rotting Leviathan advancing. But he's now super sad. He's a super sad crab. Very unhappy with how things are going. Takes a swipe at poor old Rob Zombie. But then dies horribly. There we go. I think they've almost run out of units. Just a unit of scurvy dogs, a couple of units of scurvy dogs, which are going to almost manage to reach our hand cannon, but fortunately get blocked by our reinforcement depth guard at the last second. Of course, depth guard are going to be very good at dealing with these scurvy dogs. So far, so good. Just making sure we deal with them. Yep, they're all out of here. Some last few units. Some more deck. God, it just goes on, doesn't it? I feel like maybe the pacing on this battle is a little bit off. It could do with being throwing a little bit more at you a little bit quicker. And I don't mind like having the breathing time, just like a little time to reevaluate forces. But I kind of realised that these guys, I mean, you can see that they're actually crumbling as they come on the battlefield now. So these guys, no longer an issue. What we're going to have to wait for is Lockyer himself to arrive on the battlefield. But that could actually take a little while. It does actually say that your escape route is being cut off. But seeing as I don't really know where we came from, I know for a fact that he comes in on this edge of the battlefield because I've fought this battle before. But the first time I was like, I don't know how he came in, to be honest. I've forgotten. It's like when you park your car and you forget where you parked it. Just, I don't know. It all looks the same to me. Well, finally Lockyer has shown up. But I'm ready and waiting for him. Got our forces lined up here. As they try and filter around this little outcrop, they will just get mown down. Talk about being mown down. It's your Queen Bess shot right to the face. There's Lockyer himself on his dragon.
Weaklings! Our allies flee!
Well, I mean, you know, you did leave them in the lurch a little bit. Oof. Big oof. This army is mostly Corsairs, which means it's mostly terrible. Because Corsairs are just bad. Mind you, Lockyer now does actually... He does have a thing where he buffs them, doesn't he? But maybe I don't think it takes effects, you know, in this quest battle. So unfortunately, this entire attack is just useless. Look, you got some Dark Riders charging down the hill directly into the hand cannons, so that is pretty, yep, that works out about as well as could be expected. Got some Corsairs with handbows advancing down the hill. Unfortunately, I mean for them anyway, Luther's already spotted them. I think actually you might. So that's a lot of them dead. And then we have some bloated corpses charging up the hill as well. They do have a spiky Hydra. Should be fine. If... No! Oh, never mind. Got some kills there. The spiky Hydra is then getting shot to pieces by the hand cannons, as you would expect. Got a couple of units of Dark Riders trying to flank around, but taking a face full of bullets and then deciding to charge the depth guard instead, which I'm fine with. Luther and Lockyer are dueling, but not for very long, because of course we're in range of the hand cannons, which means that Lockyer is now running away. He's also been massively debuffed. Yeah, Hornswoggle and Power Siphon. And we've buffed Luther with Van Hul's Dance Macabre. So Lockyer is being chased off. His forces are entirely routed. This whole speech of, it's been fun watching you scuttle about. I'm like, mate, you brought Corsairs to a battle. That's like bringing a fork to a gunfight. Talking of gunfight, Lockyer, would you mind just shooting him down? That's got a sting.
The Pirate King only knows victory.
I'll take it. Let's look at some of the kills on this. Holy shits. 363. I think that's mostly from that Van Guy's Revenge. I mean, the Black Spot, over 300 kills. Those handguns, really, I say, as long as you can keep the direwall, the scurvy dogs even, away from them, you're fine. If like 3 or 4 units of scurvy dogs had got through, that would have been... Ugh.
The Kraken Lord is defeated. His mantle of the sea's greatest pirate is almost yours. But there remains another task to fulfill. The beast is lured to the surface. Wolfheart's harpoon yearns to be fired. Now blessed with charms hidden within the ancient sea shanties, it thrums with power. The lore of beasts to raise a beast. Amanar has risen again, but its flesh rots, for it is no longer Ulthuan's ancient guardian of the sea, but an undead monster within your thrall. You have the ultimate prize, a treasure greater than any jewel. And with it, your infamy will spread far beyond the coasts. The seas are yours. Its prey and plunder await.
And so, we have completed the Patreon campaign. Next up, it seems like it's going to be Volkmar with his masterful moustache. And the poll for next time is, what do we do with this campaign? Because we could leave it as a Patreon exclusive, or we could release it out to the world at large. But I'm going to kind of leave that up to you guys. So the poll is, what we're going to do with this campaign. Volkmar's up next. That should be fun. Lots of very scary people with hoods and clubs, because we're going to go full flagellant. I think is what we're going to flagellant the hell out of this. That's the plan anyway. But that is going to have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next campaign.